Welcome to Football Pass as we look ahead to some really exciting international fixtures. We've got the World Cup qualifiers, and that's followed by the small matter of the Euros. No Scotland, no party, right? Kenny Miller's with me. Kenny, first of all, let's take the qualifiers. You know, what do you make of our group, Group F? I think we've done quite well, really, haven't we?
It's a decent draw. It could have been worse. It could have been better. But it's a tough start, that's for sure. Probably against the group favourites. Austria are a fantastic team. And then obviously we face a familiar opponent that we've had over the last few years in Israel, that we've faced them so many times in the Nations League. So we'll know everything about them. But again, every game we've had against them has been pretty tough, really close. I think it's been won or lost by the odd goal over the last 4 or 5 appearances against them. So it'll be a tough start. But it's one where we're hopefully as a team we're riding the crest of a wave at the moment. We obviously with the qualification for the Euros and ending that long run without a major tournament visit. So it's hopefully the team's in a good place and looking forward to the start of the World Cup campaign, and hopefully we can go and end that hoodoo as well and get to a World Cup in a few years. Imagine
if we qualify for the World Cup. How good would that be?
It would be an incredible achievement for Steve and his team. I mean, it's been a long time coming. Hopefully it's like a bus when one doesn't come along and then 2 or 3 kind of tournaments will come along. So hopefully it's we can see that. Listen, it'll be tough. You know, Austria and Denmark are good teams. Obviously, we know everything there is to know about Israel and how tough the games against them have been over the last few years. So it's not going to be easy. Again, you need to turn up. You need to do your job. International football's not easy. I think every game is pretty closely matched now. And if you look at this group, I would fully expect it to be pretty close going into the latter stages. Yeah. So if we turn up, we've got a good squad. If we perform to our maximum, then there's no reason why we can't be up the top challenger.
Well, not long to go until the Euros kick off. How are you feeling about them, Kenny?
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the games. Again, I hope we can get fans back into stadiums and the venues are actually stay as planned. Obviously, it'd be good to have a couple of home games at Hampden, and if we can get a full Tartan army behind the team there, then you just never know what kind of results you could produce when they're behind you at home. So it would be and obviously facing England at Wembley, I mean, you need no motivation for that. It's a fantastic fixture. So it's really looking forward to it as a fan, and I'm sure the players can't wait for it. They want the season to finish now, and they'll be looking forward to the Euros and what a major tournament will bring. And that experience alone would be, it's something. If you speak to the players that played over my generation at the international team, it's something that we missed out on. So I'm sure the experience alone will be something that I'll never forget.
You've got 69 caps yourself, Kenny. As you said, you never had the chance to play in a major tournament like this, you know, but can you imagine how the lads will feel?
Well, I can. Well, I can imagine, but it's obviously having never lived it. It's I said, it's one of the regrets over the course of the career that we never managed to see the job through and get to a major finals. But I said, the experience, I think everything that goes along with it, the build up to it, the fact that it's at home, you know, it's on home soil. You've got England in your group as well, and everything that surrounds that fixture. It's just been a wonderful experience. You're playing against the best players in the world. You've got a chance to go and really, again, I think there's some groups of three teams go through, so that you've got a chance to go to the latter stages as well. And when you get to these knockout stages, you just never know what's going to happen. So it's it'll be a wonderful experience, and I'm sure it's one everybody involved looking forward to.
You mentioned the squad. Steve Clarke's done a great job with the lads, hasn't he? You know, what players for you will make all the difference in this tournament?
Listen, I think we're a team, in my opinion, without any real superstars. I mean, I know you've got Andy Robertson, who's like the level of football he's playing, but he's a humble lad, great captain. Kieran Tierney, again, you're talking about left backs. Again, it'll be interesting to see who actually gets the nod at left back, or if we manage to get the two of them into a starting 11, it'll be interesting. But I think Callum McGregor's an excellent footballer. We've got some really, really good midfielders. Ryan Jackson having an incredible season at Rangers. Scott McTominay, again, he's been deployed in a different role in the last few internationals, playing at centre back, which I think, to be honest, was a masterstroke over the course of their games in the Nations League playoff. So listen, we're a squad that I think we're a team. we're a lot of good individuals, but we're a good team. And I think if you ask any coach or any manager, they'd much rather have a strong team than 2 or 3 good individuals that are trying to carry a team. So like I said, overall, I think the level of player over the squad is pretty good. And I'm sure there'll be some tough decisions to be made about who makes the cut and who doesn't over the next few months. And that's a job that's why Steve's paid the big bucks. I don't envy him, because he'll have to let down a few people who have maybe been involved over the course of the campaign. So he's got some big choices, and I'm sure he'll be looking at who's done the job for him and getting there, and 2, also if there's any people coming through showing some fantastic club form and they come into the reckoning as well.
You're doing a great job yourself there down under. Come on, give us your team talk. Give the lads a motivational message. What would you say to them, Kenny?
They've made history, they've made history. And I always remember when we first started out, I think it was Tommy Burns had says, what do you need to become to be the best Scotland team ever? And it was to qualify for the next stages, the second phase of a major tournament, because we've never made that, so they've got that motivation there. And with 2 games at Hampden, like you say, if they can get fans back into stadiums, and there's no reason why we can't get the results. If you look over the last 20 years, some of the results that we've produced at home and internationals has been outstanding. So with all this at stake and the opportunity to go and do that at a major final for the first time again in 22 years, 23 years, it's going to be a fantastic experience. And I think no motivation needed, Kirsty.
No Scotland, no party.
That's it.
Kenny, thanks a mil.
No problem.